Yes. Oh, I'm not. I'm gonna move it. So that I move this other one over here, and I'll move this one over there. Hey, caller, hang on. We'll be with you in just a minute or two.
Okay, okay.
Thanks. Sounds just like me. Good evening. Welcome to Star Talk. Have a caller standing by. I don't want to make him wait. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Hey, Ken, this is Early Bird. I
Hey
didn't know
there.
you
How
was
are you?
coming on tonight. I called you and got your answer machine. I didn't know what to do, so I just hung up. So I'm gonna
Well,
pick my driver. I hadn't picked my driver yet.
I know we're waiting to hear from you. Who you taking?
Uh, well, who's in the championship right now? Who's still in the championship?
Let me get that list because if I try to do it from memory,
The Great Book. The Great
oh
Book.
yeah, here we go. Larson, Bell, Reddick, Byron, Blaney, Hamlin, Elliott, and Logano are still in there.
Give me. I'm gonna take that Joey Logano. I believe.
22, number
Yeah,
22 for Early
yeah, I
Bird.
believe.
It's in there.
Uh, Okay, Ken, I appreciate it. I'm glad you're on too.
Well, we
I
had a
didn't think
little
you was
bit of
gonna
a
be
problem,
on.
but we got here.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you got there, and
Well,
I'm glad I
thanks.
got to call in. But look now, when you like, if you don't get to call in, you always go back the week before like. In other words, you can't pick the one last week, but do you go back to the next and put that on the next person if he don't call in?
Well, I've never had to do that. That's probably what I would
Yeah,
do, but
right.
I
Okay.
haven't had to do it yet.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know if I was gonna miss you or not because I said, "Golly, I forgot." I fell asleep last night. I fell
Yeah.
asleep and I was watching and just fell asleep.
Well, we put
And
people to sleep. That's what we do. We put people to sleep with this show.
I was just tired. I've been working stuff, but no, I love your show. Uh, but yeah, I'm glad I caught you. And but I'll get off so everybody else can call in.
Thank you. Thanks, Early Word.
Yes,
See you later.
yes, sir. Thank you.
And that's what we do, folks. Who hang on one second. Pick up my pen. Folks who have trouble sleeping often will watch the show, and they tell me they just pass right out when they watch this show. So that's a little service that we provide, and we're happy to do it. Phone number is on the screen there that you can call us. You can also email us, KECHOLS47 at gmail.com. And let's see who's over here. Hi, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Hey, Ken. Hey,
Hey,
Ken.
Mark.
Mark Medan.
Good, Mark. How are you?
Okay, how are you? You
Uh,
good?
Doing well. Thank you.
Okay, that's good. Thanks. You can announce all the shoes in a minute, but I have to remind y'all the mass singer. I don't know if Charles called in yet or not.
Not yet.
Okay, I was going to remind him about the mass singer tonight.
Well, good. You beat him to it tonight, because we haven't heard from him yet.
Okay. And then don't forget, tomorrow is early voting in Rockingham County, North Carolina. And
That's right.
if everybody wants to do what?
Go ahead.
Okay. Now I was gonna say, if anybody want to do my ritual, go vote, go early vote, and then go eat at Checkers Grill and Grocery in Madison.
Okay,
That's what I do. It.
You're doing that tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're voting, Mark, and I know all the folks at Checkers look forward to seeing you for lunch.
Oh yeah. And I think I should just remind everybody about all the stews, and then the one you got one last night from the church. You said something. What was it? Bethany Church or something?
Bethlehem Methodist Church.
Okay. Well, I'll get up here where you can remind people about the stews.
I will. I will do it.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Thanks for calling, Mark. Mark, of course, is our officer in charge, our OIC of stews, and he's reminding me, and I will do that. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Well, good evening, Mr. Ken.
Good evening. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I've come back home to spend some time at home.
I thought you were already at home.
No, I wasn't there for 3 days.
Oh, you were in the bunker for 3. So the bunker is not, you don't live in the bunker. That's not your home?
No.
Oh, well, I all the time I had thought that you lived in the bunker.
I wish I could.
Why can't you?
Oh, I got to take care of little brother.
Oh, okay. Well, that's important.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what, has Mark Amayadan called in yet?
Mark Amayadan just got off the phone and just reminded you about the Masked Singer.
Okay, I just wanted to, well, thank you. I'll be getting ready to put it on the channel here at 7:58.
7:58.
Yeah, my normal time to catch it. Early show.
All right. So that's the Masked Singer.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I won't see it tonight. I don't normally see it till Thursday, but enjoy.
Yeah. Oh, the young guy, hold on, the young guy with the glasses, I think is still on Dancing with the Stars.
The Olympic guy is still in the competition.
Yeah, the nerd.
Okay. How about Gene Simmons? Is he still in there?
He was a judge one night.
Oh, he was a judge. He's not a judge anymore?
Not tonight. I mean, not last. Let's see here. He wasn't there last night. He was on there for Rock Night.
Oh, okay. All right, I understand. So I guess he would have been good for Rock Night, maybe not that good for like Foxtrot Night.
Nah, I mean, he wouldn't have been good for the last night's show. I think it's some kind of tribute to people and friends and family.
All right. Well, okay. I understand. Well, no, I don't understand, but it doesn't matter whether I understand or not.
Well, it's like, they have like a family member they want to dedicate a dance to.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good thing.
Oh, yes, terrific. And most likely, everybody have a fun weekend.
All right, so you're in the middle of your vacation now, is that right?
Yes, I go back Sunday.
Okay, so you're counting down to the end of vacation.
Well, I got another one coming maybe week after. I get 2.
So what, you go back to work next week and then you go on vacation again the week? What are you, Congress?
Yep.
Okay.
I work behind the scenes. I'm the guy pulling all the strings.
All right. Sounds like a good situation. Congratulations.
Bye, sir.
Thanks for calling. Man, on vacation. Stew. I need to remind everybody about the stews. Coming up this weekend, the Mayodan Boy Scouts, $9 a quart. Call 336-949-4248. That's Saturday. Also Saturday, Bethlehem Methodist Church. call 336-344-2121. That's Stu from the Bethlehem Methodist Church. I don't have in front, I don't know what the price is. Either I failed to write that, well, not either. I did fail to write it down. I'll see if I can find that before we get off the air. The important thing is to order your stew from Bethlehem Methodist Church this Saturday. Call 336-344-2121, and the pickup hours are between 2 and 4 p.m. on Saturday. So both of those are this Saturday. Then coming up later at the Sandy Ridge Community Building, there's a stew, limited inventory stew on November 23rd, and then a vast inventory stew on December 14th. And if you want to call ahead and reserve yours from Sandy Ridge, 336-871-3821, and that's $6 a quart. So that's the stew report. We still need to hear from, we heard from Early Bird, don't need to hear from him. We still need to hear from Pretty Man. Well, we don't really need to hear from Pretty Man, but we don't have his pick yet. We do need to hear from Tar Heel in Mayodan. I don't have a pick from Citizen D yet. I don't think we've got one from Citizen D yet. So Citizen D, if you're out there, need your pick. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
How you doing tonight, Ken?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. I want to pick the number 20 this week.
All right. Oh, yeah, I just noticed. Don't have you either. Well, now we do. Mr. Pelham goes with the 20. Let me rewrite that because I'll never be able to read it the way I wrote it the first time. Mr. Pelham, the 20. It's in the book.
Thank you, Ken.
Sure.
I've heard you say a couple of times that Logano's still in the chase. Logano's not in the chase. You got Larson, Bell, Reddick, Byron, Blaney, Hamlin, Elliott, and Bowman.
Well, Logano's not in there.
No.
Oh gosh. Well, I gave Early Bird some bad information.
Yeah, well, it happens, but
well, it happens a lot. Early Bird, if you want, I mean, Logano is still in the race. Doesn't matter whether he's in the chase or not. But Early Bird, if you want to change from Logano, you're free to do that. Although he still has, probably as good a chance to win the race as he would have if he was still in the chase. I guess I looked at that bad list that I got from NASCAR again. They gave me a bad schedule, and they gave me bad final 8 too. But we got that straight.
It probably came from Dominion. You know how they do those bad things sometimes. They say somebody wins and sometimes they don't. But
yeah, well, now we know.
Ken, I'm not a fan of polls, but as you know, now they got everybody tied. It's like 48-48, whatever. But, I'm here to predict, and how I am about predictions, but, don't look back at my NASCAR predictions. But anyway, there's no any way in the world that the public now is saying they want Trump as much as they do Kamala Harris. I just can't see how that's adding up,
Well, I'm not a fan of polls either, as you know. So I don't know. Here's what I found out. I looked this up. If you look at the last 5 presidential elections, the national presidential polls have been off by an average of 4 points, off by 4 points in either direction. So that means if the polls perform this year the same way they have performed in the past, if you look at the poll and it says they're tied, maybe they're tied, it's just as likely that your candidate is 4 points ahead or 4 points behind, because that's how far the polls have been off on average. That's on the national polls. Now, if you look at the state polls, they've been off by an average of 5 points in the state polls the last 5 elections. So that's what we know when we look at the polls.
and that I can totally agree with, Ken. Because you look at Hillary and Trump. I mean, they had Hillary up 4 or 5 points there forever,
Right.
and then Trump come back and kicked her butt. But I see Harris ending up with at least anywhere from 3 to 4 percentage points ahead of Trump after it's all said and done.
Is that your official prediction?
Oh yeah, at least that much.
Okay.
I heard people talking last night, and they're talking about Arizona, and they say it might be at least 2 to 3 days after the election before they get those votes counted in Arizona alone. And ain't no telling how many other states are going to have that same situation going on.
Well, it depends on how they count the absentee votes. I don't know if you remember, 4 years ago, we talked about, right on this very show, that on election night, we're probably going to see Trump ahead on election night, and then we would see Biden pull up overnight when they started counting the mail-in votes, because most states count the election day votes first, and then they start counting the mail-in votes maybe at midnight. And that's what happened last time. And most states, I think, are going to do it that way again.
You're exactly right, Ken, and I predict the same thing to happen again this year. But do you see the turnout they had in Georgia? I mean, yesterday?
All-time record in Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, and I predict North Carolina's going to have a huge turnout this year too, and I think it's probably going to be in Camilla's favor this time. But
well, now North Carolina is different. North Carolina, they go ahead and start counting the early votes and the mail-in votes right away. They don't
right.
wait until 2:00 in the morning to count those votes in North Carolina. But North Carolina is different from most states.
That's true. That's exactly right. Well, Ken, you have a great weekend, man, and try to stay warm, and I love your show.
Well, thanks for calling. Good to hear from you. So Mr. Pelham has the 20. So we still don't have Citizen D, and we don't have Pretty Man. Maybe I'll just go ahead and pick for Pretty Man. Pretty Man may be busy and not had time to get around to it. Perhaps I'll just pick somebody for Pretty Man. Let's see, Fred Lorenzen. Fred Lorenzen's pretty good. Perhaps I'll select him on behalf of Pretty Man if we don't hear from Pretty Man soon, but we'll see how that works out. Here's something serious, probably maybe more serious than I normally am, but this is important. Got an email from somebody last night who said we should remind everybody to check their Medicare Part D plans, and that is something that you certainly ought to do. For those of you who may not know, Medicare Part D is the prescription drug plan part of Medicare. And the emailer last night said they checked their plan because it's the enrollment period is underway right now when you can change plans if you want to. Emailer said they checked their plan and found that their plan is only going to cover, apparently starting this year, generic insulin. And that was, I believe, of concern to the emailer. So it's a good thing for you to do. If you're on Medicare and if you have a Part D, not everybody has a Part D. If you do have a Part D, take a look at it right now, or not necessarily right this minute, but before the enrollment period ends, which you still got quite a few weeks on that. But look at that Part D plan and make sure that it still serves your needs, because the plans can change from year to year. As I'm sure you know, Medicare Part D, these plans are provided by private insurance companies. This isn't the government plan. These are private insurance companies who provide the Part D coverage through Medicare. And they often change their coverage based on, well, I don't know whatever factors they consider important. I imagine one of the most important factors they consider is any price changes in particular drugs. But just because your plan was meeting your needs last year, that doesn't mean it's going to next year. So take a look at that. Uh, and make sure your prescriptions are still on there and see what the situation is. And then you can decide whether you want to stay with that Part D plan or look for another one. And right now, if you want to look for another one, this is the time to do that during open enrollment. So thank you, emailer, for mentioning that to me so that we could remind all folks who have a Medicare Part D plan to check it and make sure that it is still the plan that you need. And for that matter, whatever other plan, whether you have another a Medicare supplement plan or a Medicare Advantage plan, you should take a close look at all your plans and see what, if anything, has changed and what, if anything, you need to do about that. Let's see. Emailer says, "Hi, Ken. This is Citizen D. Cannot find you live on YouTube right now. I did find the episodes from earlier this week, but not tonight's show. Are you on? Uh, I will not know unless you mail me back. Put me down for the 20 this week for Vegas." So Citizen D, who is the guy in first place right now, takes the 20 for Vegas, and that is in the book. Now, something's going on. I'm going to, if you don't mind, I'm just going to mail Citizen D back real quick so he'll know that we are on the air. Something weird is happening with Citizen D's YouTube, apparently, because he had not been able to see us on YouTube this week, although now he says he has found the episodes from earlier in the week, and he's not seeing us tonight either. I'm just going to mail him back and tell him that indeed we are on tonight, and I hope that situation will get better. Let's see. Here's a picture of Mr. Draper's boat, and Mr. Draper says, "You think my vinyl wrap is okay? I have 2 more different type coming." Yeah, so I think that vinyl wrap looks really good. Well, you're going to get 2 more. Send me a picture of the other 2 too, and I will. Not that it's any of my business, but I'll tell you which one I think looks best. But that one you got on there now looks real good, folks. You're going to have a chance to see Mr. Draper's boat coming up in the Christmas. I'm not sure which parades he's going to be in this Christmas. We know he's going to appear in Christmas parades this year with his boat. So you'll want to go out and see that because it looks really, really, really good. Thanks, Mr. Draper, for that. Emailer here says, Ken, what is going to happen with the post office? I keep reading that the post office has got way slow, and if I get a mail-in ballot, is the post office going to be able to get it mailed in time for my vote to count? What do you expect? I expect if you're going to vote by mail, not that I'm in the habit of telling people what to do. If I was going to vote by mail, I would get that ballot as quickly as possible and get it in the mail as quickly as possible. Not that I want to sit here and cast aspersions at the post office, but I'd get that ballot in the mail as quickly as you possibly can, because the law has changed in North Carolina. It used to was that if your mail-in ballot arrived at the Board of Elections within 3 days of Election Day, and as much as 3 days after Election Day, as long as it was postmarked before Election Day, as long as there is proof on there that you mailed it before Election Day. It could get there 3 days late and they would count it. They don't do that anymore. Now the ballot has to, not only does it have to be postmarked before Election Day, it has to get there by, I think it's 7:30 p.m. It has to get there by 7:30 p.m. on Election Day in order to be counted. So bear that in mind. And again, without taking shots at the post office, and in any circumstances, if the post office was faster than it's ever been, which it's not, but if it was, I'd still say get your mail-in ballot in the mail as soon as possible. It's just the best way to do things, and that way you can have peace of mind. As much as we can have peace of mind in this day and time, peace of mind that your vote has arrived on time. Hello, Ken. I'm just a wee bit concerned why a certain caller is so excited about the stock market and gas prices, but didn't mention grocery costs, energy costs, mortgage costs, and I could keep going. Pick and choose the very little good out of this administration is all I can figure. Also, Logano is in the chase because Bowman was light at the Roval. So Logano is in the chase. I wasn't wrong. First I'm right, then I'm wrong, then I'm right again. That's right. Bowman, the 48, got sanctioned by NASCAR. Didn't meet the weight requirement. So Bowman is out and Logano is in. Logano is in the chase. Bowman is out of the chase. Thanks for that reminder, emailer. That's worth knowing. Is there any way you can send us the picks for the week? I'm missing Captain Midnight, Avenger, Tar Heel, and Pretty Man. Thanks. Have a good weekend. I'll send you the picks. It's not complete yet. When the show's over, I'll send them to you. I can tell you I am still missing Tar Heel in Mayodan. I'm still missing Pretty Man. I'm still missing the Avenger. I have Captain Midnight. Captain Midnight has the 20, and Mr. Pelham has the 20. So I am missing Avenger, Pretty Man, and Tar Heel in Mayodan. Here the others that I have: Citizen D, the 20, Liberal, the 24, Charles, the 45, Jack, the 12, Early Bird, the 22, Mr. Pelham, the 20, Mr. Draper, the 5, Captain Midnight, the 20, Mark, the 5, Nice Guy, the 5, Avenger, the 12. Oh, yeah, here's Avenger. Avenger has the 12, Leon, the 11, Mr. Leaksville, the 5, and Mr. Wentworth, the 5. So I think Avenger was missing from your list, so you can fill him in there as the 12. So we need Tar Heel in Mayodan, and we need Pretty Man. And I will send you these. I will send you these after the show. Now it looks like I broke my phone again. That silly little tab that you push on to turn the phone, it keeps falling out of my phone, and I can't activate it. But I figured out a way in my depth of ingenuity. I was able to figure out a way. And what do I see when the phone opens up? Citizen D says, you are now on YouTube. Good. Citizen D has found us on YouTube. Got a quick question for you. Heard a replay of last night's show, and you all were talking about the effects of the new COVID shot. How about the shingles shot? I am now a senior Citizen D. I guess since I've hit 50 in the past year and can take these shots, I hear they knock you out worse than any COVID shot. Just wondering what everyone has experienced with this vaccine has been, and also if anyone has gotten shingles after being vaccinated. Thanks, and glad you are showing up live tonight. I took the shingle, shingle. I can't say it. I'll let you know up front. I can't say it. So be prepared for that. I took the shingle shot, and I had no reaction at all. No, I didn't have any reaction from the shingles shot. Now, I know people who have had reactions from it. Um, well, I know two people. One person had kind of a mild reaction, and the other person had certainly not a severe reaction, but maybe one step above mild reaction. For my own part, I didn't have, I didn't feel it. I don't think my arm was even sore where I got the shot. Now that I think back on it, so again, it's one of those things. It's kind of a throw of the dice. Everybody reacts differently to it. Um, if if other people, who else has had the shingles shot? Anybody out there have the shingles? Anybody out there have the shingles shot? Let us know how it affected you, if it affected you, because I know there are folks who have a hard time with it. Thank the Lord I wasn't one of those folks. But we'd like to hear your shingle shot experience. If you have anything to add to that discussion, well, here's somebody who does. This one says shingle shot. Emailer says, "Hi, Ken. I am like the mailer. I took my first, hang on. Whoop. Caller will be with you in 1 second. Hang on, please. I took my first shingle shot last year. Didn't bother me at all." Okay, good. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I hate calling back. This is early, bird, but you brought up that shingle shot. I got shingles before I got shot, and then after I could get the shot, I went on to the shot, and it didn't bother me a bit either. It
Okay.
bothered me about all.
How bad was the shingles?
I had them bad. I had them all the way up under my breast, halfway to my back, and I'm gonna tell you, my nerves are still damaged. I advise you to get it. If you ain't never had them, I advise you to get it.
Okay. Shot didn't bother you, though.
No, sir.
Okay. Thanks, Early Bird. We appreciate that.
Uh-huh.
All right. There's a report from Early Bird, who's had the shingles and then had the shot. So you heard what he said. So take that under consideration. Oh, and the Citizen D was also wondering if anybody has gotten the shot and then gotten the shingle. Early Bird had the shingles before he got the shot. Is there anybody who has gotten the shot and then gotten shingles after you've had the shot? If that's happened to you, let us know about that as well. This one says, when I got the shingles shot, I had sort of like a little headache for maybe a day or two. I don't even know for sure if it was from the shot. I mean, you can get a headache anytime, but I did have a very mild headache for a couple of days after I had the shingles shot. So I guess it was not bad on me at all. Okay. Thanks, emailer, for letting us know about that. Here's one about Medicare Part D. Ken, I will second the suggestion of the person who emailed and said to be sure and check your Medicare Part D plan. Last year, if I had not checked my plan last year, which I'm glad that I did, but if I had not checked my plan last year, I would have found out that my plan had stopped covering one of my prescriptions. So when I looked and saw that, then I was able to change and get a different plan that covered my prescription. But amen to the caller who said to check your plan. It is a very important thing. Make sure you check that plan. Okay, thank you. Do be sure you check that Part D plan. We were talking about drugstores. Excuse me for a second. Talking about drugstores closing. Was that last night or night before? Well, whichever night it was, I have something else to say about that in a second. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, Ken. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How's that finger and them ribs?
Well, the finger feels better than the ribs,
Well,
but
at least something feels better.
yeah, I think I'll live.
Good, good.
Excuse me. I got my new starter in today, but it was late after 5, so I'm not going to put it on today.
All right.
Wait till tomorrow. Yeah, but you know, I decided I can't send that starter back like we was talking about.
Why?
I can't do that because, well, one reason I just wouldn't feel like I was telling you, two wrongs don't make a right.
Okay.
And if I did something like that, the Lord, I'd pay for it in some way, in some shape, form, or fashion. And by doing something that wrong, I feel like it would be wrong. And the thing is, this starter that I just got came from Amazon, but through an independent dealer. That's why it took me 3 days to get it instead of the next day delivery.
Right.
And so it wouldn't be going to Amazon to do that.
Okay. Well, that makes a difference. That really makes a difference.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. I don't want that guy to lose any money. He's trying to make a living to survive. You know, people, they make, like companies will make 1,000 carburetors and give them on commission to Amazon. Say they give them 500. And as Amazon sells them, these people get the money from their product Amazon has sold. Right. And that's why you can easily get most anything on next day delivery.
And one thing to bear in mind, here's one thing to bear in mind. If it's an independent seller on Amazon, which in the case of your starter it was, if somebody is going to lose money on a deal, it won't be Amazon, it'll be the independent dealer.
Right. That's why that was one big, that just sealed the envelope when, you know, for me deciding not to do that.
Good for you. Yeah. Good for you.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it's something that Amazon just probably overlooked. I don't know. It's hard to believe people would do stuff like that, but people do anything these days.
Well, plus, you know, there's a whole lot of stuff coming and going at Amazon, so people are going to miss things now and then, I guess.
Yeah, but it was in a brand new box and a brand new starter, and it was totally wore out on the inside.
Well, I don't know.
Another one now.
Well, you know, it'll all work out. You got a new starter, and so be happy with that.
Oh yeah, I am. As long as it'll work.
Have you had a shingle shot?
No, I've never had a shingle shot, but I've been in a shingle shop, and it cost me an arm and a leg.
Wait, what now?
I've never had a shingle shot, but I've been in the single shop.
Oh, okay. All right.
It cost me an arm and a leg.
Yeah, that can be rough.
I've had the shingles twice.
Well, you're going to get the shot, or you're going for a third time?
Heck no, I ain't getting that shot.
Okay.
If I ain't immune to it, but now I won't never be.
All right. Well, how bad did you have shingles?
I'm gonna tell you what, you can't have wind blowing across the area where you have shingles break out.
Hurts?
You can't have a shirt brush the side of it, or you can, if you look at it, it hurts. Whoa. And it's a burning, stinging. There's no way to explain it other than it's the beginning of hell.
Well, that sounds pretty bad to me.
It is bad, but I've had it twice, so I figure, you know, I'm pretty much immune to it probably. I'm just going to take my chances.
Okay. Well, I hope so. Hope you don't have to get it again.
Well, I know if I do. All right, you have a good night, Ken. Take care.
Okay, thanks for calling. Good to hear from you. And we had a caller over there who couldn't wait. Caller, if you want to try again right now, the line is open and you should be able to get through without any trouble if you call right quick. Emailer says, Ken, can you give me the information on that stew again? I'm going to buy one from everybody. Okay. I'm sure all these stew people are happy to hear that. Quickly, this Saturday, Mayodan Boy Scouts, 336-949-4248. This Saturday, Mayodan Boy Scouts, 336-949-4248. This Saturday, we'll get that next one in just a second. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Yes, Ken. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Look, Ken, we had an issue with the age and mental capacity of our president candidate.
Mm-hmm.
We addressed that, and he agreed. Maybe it's time he should throw in the towel. But yeah, let me tell you about observation I got last night on the person running for the Conservative Party. Now, Donald Trump town hall meeting, supposedly he was taking questions, but he played sad songs for 39 minutes. Now, he did, and he asked his audience and voters to remember to go out and vote January the 5th.
January 5th? Is that what he said?
That's right. That's
Okay.
right. You can you can fact check me, because all these are substantiated.
Well,
but
now
my point.
what were they all sad songs?
Well, let me tell you what. Not quite all, but Ave Maria. Do you think it's a joyful song, a peppy song? And he
it's
has
not peppy.
requested. He requested that and twice.
All right. Well,
Ave Maria.
I guess it can be a joyful song, but it's certainly not a peppy one.
They usually play that in them sad movies, maybe like Al Pacino or somebody when something bad getting ready to happen to you.
Well,
now
what happened last night? My understanding is I didn't see it. My understanding is that somebody in the audience, two people in the audience, had apparently fainted or had some sort of medical thing. And then after that was taken care of, then Mr. Trump said, "Well, I don't want to take any more questions. Let's listen to music." So then they listened to music for 39 minutes.
Yeah. Well, they had someone to pass out also at what's his name, Waltz, one of Waltz's rally.
Oh,
but
okay.
he had them the medics to come and address it, take care of, and then he assured the audience that they were being taken care of and that they was fine. And then he continued on, but he didn't stand up there and play Ave Maria and sway with the music and all like that for 39 minutes.
Well, I hope everybody had a good time.
I don't know, from the expression of some of the people in the background, they look like this is kind of weird. What is going on? But now Another thing, though, what would have happened if Joe Biden had asked everyone to go out and vote January the 5th? What you think?
I think we would have seen some stories in the paper about his mental condition.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, I agree. And the thing about it, they gonna call out one candidate for his blunder, and when it's only 3 years difference in the age, if he win, he will be 80 in the White House also. So, it's a factor that I said a while a while back, that both men were too old for the White House, that we did need somebody younger,
Well,
you know.
let me
And
ask you. Let me ask you a question. Again,
okay,
I
all
didn't
right,
see it. Didn't see it.
okay.
But maybe you know the answer. After he said vote on January 5th, did he then correct himself?
No, no, he didn't. What happened? His granddaughter was up on the stage with him, and she would try to get his attention to make the change. You
Oh,
understand what I'm saying?
okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So it was when he said it, it was brought to the attention. But just the thing about it. Now, Kamala went on Fox News to do an interview and everything, and no matter whether people can judge their opinion of how it didn't go, she did have the nerve to go on there and do an interview with Brett Baier. Okay, and so, but uh, Trump will not debate her a second time. And I understand that way the first one went, but now he will not go on MSNBC to be interviewed or what? So I'm thinking with some of his issues that they are trying to hide him and protect him from himself
Well,
between now and
that'll
next
that'll
20.
be our last word tonight because we're out of time.
All right. Well, thanks, Ken.
Thanks for calling. We are out of time for Star Talk. I want to get this other stew mentioned, though, before we have to shut down. The other one is Bethlehem Methodist Church. Bethlehem Methodist Church. That's this Saturday. And if you want to order a quart of stew from Bethlehem Methodist Church, 336 344 2121. And you need to pick that up between 2 and 4 on Saturday, 336 344 2121. And that is all the time we have for Star Talk tonight and this week. Don't forget to check that Medicare Part D plan. That's important. We're on the air Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. I hope you'll join us next time. Thanks for watching. I'm Ken Echols.